Hey, I'm Tex. This is Ghost.
We're here to talk to you today about U-Prep.
What's U-Prep?
U-Prep is you prepare.
That's right. And we're here to tell you how to be prepared. We want to make sure that if anything happens, whether it be a loss of a family member, a breadwinner, somebody gets hospitalized, a tragic event featuring hurricanes, zombie apocalypse.
I like the zombie apocalypse.
That is my favorite also, Ghost. Solar flares, polar magnet swifts, it doesn't matter. We want to make sure that you have the 5 principles of preparedness. Ghost, the 5 principles are independence, industriousness, self-reliance, the year's supply, and thrift and frugality. Now those 5 things tie in together. What do you think the most important thing is?
You know, I'm glad you asked. I was about to ask you the same question. I think probably they're all kind of equally important. Industriousness and independence, they kind of go hand in hand. Industriousness, using what you have on hand, using what you have with you, which goes along with getting prepared for situations like this. We want to try to make sure we have everything that we need to be prepared, to be ready. Industriousness, we need to use the things that are in the environment around us, and that goes along with the tools that you bring, and that's getting prepared. That's what we're here for.
I would venture to say that thrift and frugality is probably the main thing to drive any prepper.
It's definitely a part of the lifestyle. It's the way that we need to try to maintain things. I mean, before we had all the technology that we have today, and life got as easy as it was, and it wasn't that far back. You know, our grandparents were they were canning their own food and doing all the things that are basic principles of prepping that we do now. You know, they could tell you stories about all that, but it's born out of necessity. We're fortunate enough we live in a time period where it's not necessary for us to do it, but we choose to. And people that are like-minded and they choose to do the same things and be frugal and be prepared for eventualities no matter what they are. That's what we're here for.
I think that the main thing that would drive off the thrift and the frugality is for the average person out there, for me and you certainly, is that I don't have $5,000 or $6,000 that I can drop to just go buy a bunker.
Definitely.
Or a year's supply of food. Now, I would encourage somebody to have a year's supply of food and water. That way they can be independent, and the 5 tie in together. But for the average person, you need to be thrifty. Just store what you can while you can. That's certainly what I do with my family, and I know you do the same. And I'd like to show some people out there how they can, a couple extra canned items at the store when they're on sale, how that can go a long way to being prepped. And if you are short funds 1 week for groceries, then you can use that supply that you've stored up and help get through it. You can put a little comment down at the bottom. We will check these. We try to have videos every couple of weeks or so, depending on what product you want us to review for you. Hopefully it's not a $5,000 container. I don't have it like that. MREs, we'll take these bad boys out, we'll eat them, tell you if they taste any good, what companies we get them from, how long they last.
I wouldn't be opposed to hanging out for the weekend and trying out some products and seeing what I like, what I don't. I'm here to kind of discover things along with y'all and maybe give everybody some advice.
I think through future shows, I'd like to show you what all each individual person keeps with them and how long that's useful for. Basically, we want your comments to tell us what you would like us to rate for you and tell you what kind of value that is for your dollar.
I'd like to bring the community into what we're doing. I know in our local community, they have a disaster preparedness,
Right.
Kind of organization. I'd like to see more people involved in that. I'd like to get those guys involved in what we do. And it doesn't necessarily have to be from our community. We want to kind of put this out there and get people to gather around this idea that we are dependent upon other people. We can be independent and use the ideas that other people have come up with, the steps that other people have taken, and it increases our knowledge base. It kind of talk monthly.
So we'd like to see you at the monthly meetings. We'll be there. Hopefully we can get you in here and get some of your comments. Like I said, basically here at U-Prep, we're here to make sure that you're prepared. So you can send us your ideas and what products you want us to test. Our main goal is to make sure that before you buy a product, you can see an open, honest review, whether we like it or don't like it. And this is some of the stuff that we bought. because we thought it would be good product. On the way over here, in fact, Ghost made mention of the little straws that filter water. Neither one of us are looking forward to drinking nasty Brazos River water.
The Brazos River is here, and I'm not looking forward to drinking that out of a straw, but I will.
We're by no means the leading experts. However, we are very knowledgeable in what we do. And basically, we're just the average guy. And we want to make sure that we review the products that you want us to review to help you be prepared. I don't want to see you buy a pack like this that's the knockoff, and it lasts 4 or 5 times the zippers start coming off when you could have spent an extra $10 and got the pack you needed.
You know, Tex, some of the things I know that we're going to need to cover, I'd like to see us go over, you know, the basic principles of survival.
Right.
Regardless of whether you're going to stay where you're at, you're going to get out of town, whatever you're going to do, I'd like to cover those principles. Some of those things that are going to be important to me are obviously water. Water, I think, is going to be one of our main priorities. I'd like to see a lot of water filtration. We're fortunate we happen to live in an area where water is pretty available, and it also happens to taste nasty because it's the Brazos River. So we'll try that out. We'll test it. We'll see how it works for us, and we'll describe it to you.
We mentioned the magnesium fire starters for you up north. It's going to be important that you get one that's good, and it doesn't take you 2 hours in a controlled environment to get a fire started such as ours. We want you to have that product review and know which ones will kick off a fire as soon as you need one.
Those are some of the things that we want to talk about, some of the things we'd like to discuss. We definitely want your insight. We want your input. You know, are you geared more towards bug in, geared more towards bug out? We'd like to know. We'd like to help you review those products.
If you just leave us a comment down at the bottom and give us your honest opinions and criticism, let us know what you want us to review, and we'll go ahead and take the time to review that, whether it be water filtration, different packs, different loadouts, different MREs, bullets. We're pretty much open to anything. We want to make sure that you're prepared with the right equipment and not something that's going to leave you stranded or left out in the cold. So go ahead and send us your comments. We appreciate you watching the video, and get the word out there. We want you prepared.